everyone, Melissa here. Today I am doing a request that was sent to me on my Discord channel. So JJ Nails requested that I do a chevron, like a V chevron color block. And she asked that I use 3 colors for it. So I have gone and found 3 colors that I think will look really good together, and I'm gonna go ahead and show how I would do a 3-color V chevron color block nail. The colors I'm going to be using today are Double Dipped Gratitude. This is a retired color. Innocence Glows, which is a glowing light pink, and Lady Glitter Sparkles, which is a hollow gold fine glitter. So I'm going to go ahead and dip out my solid colors here. I'm going to do solid Innocence Glows here, solid Lady Glitter Sparkles here, solid Gratitude here, and here. So right now I have prepped my cuticles. I just soaked off. This poor nail ended up breaking, so I have put a tip at the end of it, just a little bit to extend the length to match the rest. I'm gonna go ahead and do a light buffing of the nail itself to remove any moisture, and then put our prep on the nail, and then get to dipping. Okay, once we have all of our solid colors dipped out, then we can start planning the color block design. So first thing I am going to do on this nail is put a layer of base down and let it dry. The reason I do that is because that first layer of base dries very quickly because of the warmth on your skin and the natural oils in your nail. And you want the base coat to not dry as quickly when you're doing this, just to make sure. And also because with color blocking, when there's a layer of base down, the tape sticks better. A little tip, Jennifer Slurs was asking me about when you're using peel base and color blocking, how to do that so that you don't peel base off. And I was saying probably the best way to do that would be to, there's a little bit of glitter on my brush there, would be to have your peel base, then let it dry, do a layer of base, dip and clear, activate and buff that out, and then do a layer of base and let it dry over that, so that you have a shiny surface that the tape will stick to a little bit better. Okay, so that layer of base is down. We're gonna give that just a minute to dry, and then we're gonna start working on the color blocking. Now, I usually just use Scotch tape. I know a lot of people don't like to use it because it does tear easily if you don't pull it off quickly enough, and it has happened to me before in a color blocking video, but there are always ways to fix that if that happens, so I'm not too concerned with it. And this is just what I happen to have, and I like to work with what I've got. So, all right, that is dry. Now we're going to do there's only 3 colors, so I want to break the nail into kind of 3 parts. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this Scotch tape. I want to make sure I have a fresh, clean piece of Scotch tape that hasn't gotten any dust or powder or anything on there. So I've pulled off the first little bit and I'm tossing it to the side so that I know the tape that I have here is nice and clean and doesn't have anything else on it that will keep it from sticking properly. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a piece of tape off here, and then we're gonna lay it out some kind of, I feel like it would be easier if I would do just a little bit of a dot on my nail so that I know where the center is. So I want to do a little bit of a dot right here. Oh, come off, there we go. Right at center, about where I want the V of the first part of the chevron to come to. And then I'm going to do it again where I want the V of the second part to come to. just so I have that mapped out and I can make sure that I'm lining the tape up properly. I'm gonna go ahead and place this on the nail from that dot to the cuticle. This way in a V. Then I'm gonna grab another piece and have it come the other way. And just try an eyeball so that it's the same angle, coming from about the same spot on the cuticle at the other side. And ending up on that dot too. This takes some visualization, but it's totally doable to make it look nice and even. Then press it down in the cuticle area. If you don't press it down where the cuticle is, you can end up with, and I actually will sometimes go in and kind of break the tape a bit right there, just so it goes down into the cuticle. Otherwise you can have your liquid flood into the cuticle and some overlapping of powder. So I'm just gonna press that in here, make sure that's pressed down. And we're gonna go with our first color, which first color is going to be, in its Innocence Glows, I'm gonna do my lightest color at the bottom. So I'm just going to apply the base. You wanna make sure when you're doing this, because you're applying to a very small area, that you don't have too much base on this brush, or you will flood and end up with too much, which can cause a mess. And you're just gonna fill in that spot. Go carefully at the cuticle to get a nice clean line and fill that spot. And then we're going to pour her over. So I like to just put a little bit in the lid here. Put my finger there. And oh, yeah, it made a mess. Brush that off. And I'm gonna do another coat. Again, I'm moving as quickly as I can, just because I know that the faster you go, the less this will harden, and the easier it'll be to pull that tape off. But I'm not freaking out too badly. Of course, a better way to do this would be to use a cupcake liner and pour over that, so that you don't have, you know, precious lost powder. But when have I ever done things the easier or better way? Okay, so now I'm gonna brush off the excess here and pull my tape. Oh, this one first. Pull my tape gently along that line here. And then the same thing along the line here. Just pull straight up. And see, sometimes it don't wanna come up. So we're gonna get it up. I'm going to use my cuticle scraper and just pull it with it, so that it pulls right along the line I had. That tape off. And then you can still kind of push up against the line. If you had anything that kind of came loose, you can use a cuticle pusher or anything else you have to kind of push that line back in place where you want it. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm actually going to activate this so that it hardens, and then I'm going to file a little bit along the edges just to clean it up, and then go on with the next color. you don't have to do this step of the process. I just feel like it gives a cleaner, crisper finish to the color block when you do. I have this nice thin file that I can use to go against edges like this. I like to use this one came with my my lamp, actually, my UV lamp. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right along the edge now that the dip is dry with the activator. Just get a nice sharp line with it. And you can also use this to make sure that the sides are even, same size. It's a nice clean triangle going on there. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my glitter. So I'm going to put more tape down. So you can put tape so that it covers this triangle here. I'm just going to put it down here and try and follow this line with my brush and kind of freehand that edge. So if you want to, or you don't quite trust your control with the brush, you can put tape over this triangle to protect it from the next layer. I like to live on the edge, so that's what I'm gonna do. So again, I'm getting rid of a piece that is contaminated and going to the next one. Laying it out parallel to the previous line and ending at the dot that I had made there. Same. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Press it down so that's nice on the nail. And then hope and pray. I'm gonna once again come in, just kind of break the tape here so that it presses into the cuticle. Break the tape here a little. Okay, now I'm gonna get our glitter. Again, wiping off excess so you don't have pooling. And I'm gonna go right up against the line here, trying not to get onto. This is tough cookies. Getting into that corner there. See if that's gonna work for me. Okay. Some of that dried before I got the dip on it. So I can do this again. Okay, I went ahead and just poured one side on first. And we'll come in and do the other. Just because with the time I'm taking, the first side it was drying a little before I could get the dip on. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more. It's because I feel like that dip is kind of sheer. Okay, we'll see if this will work a little bit better than the last time. Slowly pull straight up. Very nice. All right. Yeah. Seems to be this side always that does not want to cooperate. Does not want to be my friend. But it's okay. Again, just gonna take my scraper here. I'm going to activate that and just file alongside again. Okay, and then the rest of this is going to be in a darker pink. Again, if you would like, you can tape off this area so that you don't risk getting more of the base or dip over your first or second color. But I'm going to just freehand it and hope for the best. Found with freehand, I don't know if you use the same liquids I do, but I tend to use the side of the brush when going in for smaller areas. I'll pull around, go into the cuticle line area first, and pull around that V, and then paint out the rest of the nail. I may need to go back in here because it's probably dried. And we'll find out. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, then you can let that dry, and then we're going to brush that off, brush off all the excess, just to get rid of any powder that got on the other colors from the last one. Unless, of course, you weren't like me and you were smart and you used extra tape, then you don't have to worry as much about that. You get a little overlapping liquid and powder here, but that's okay. I'm just gonna scrape it off. And it can be filed off when you're filing too, if you get that. Okay, I'm gonna do a layer of clear over this one. Then we're gonna activate and file everything. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and activate and top coat these, and we will see what the finished product looks like, see if I like them better. Okay, and here is our finished product. I am gonna be honest, I don't love them. I don't love the color combo, but like I said, I'm not really a pink person. This is a beautiful pink. I just don't love it on me. That and this nail with the tip on it kind of has, it goes straight instead of curving. So I feel like the tip I used was not very, very good for my nail, like my nail shape, my nail style. But other than that, it's a cool design. It was a lot of fun, and I don't know, in some different color combos, it might come out really, really good. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please let me know. And if you'd like me to try a design for you, feel free to come join Discord and let me know, and I'll be happy to try it out. If you enjoyed this, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.